review this week, I'm going to do it in the style of Admiral Thrawn and the Witch, and then it will last a lot longer, a bit like the last episode of AHSOKA. Join me after the scroll for the last episode of AHSOKA. We can all cancel our Dismal Minus subscriptions, can't we, now? Because there isn't going to be anything else for a long, long while, is there? Much hilarity ensued in this episode, so please join me. Bonjour. Yes, we got the last episode of AHSOKA, and it's a corker. Oh yes. Apart from the talking slow, we get the witch given the powers of the other three witches, and I've been enjoying that aspect of this series, by the way, before I start getting heavily into mocking the rest of it. The Wicked Witch of the West has got a sword of false doom. I forgot the real name of this sword, but she gets given the green flaming sword. Oh, creepy. But they've been pretty cool, to be fair. Then we're back to AHSOKA, folding her arms, which she's done a lot of. I mean, when I go back and rewatch all these episodes, I wonder how many times she folds her arms. Could be a good little competition for all you lot out there, just to let me know. Now I'm folding mine. Stop doing that. That's watching AHSOKA too much. Well, once a week for 8 weeks. They have a little chat, and the space frogs or crabs, whatever they are, I don't know the name of this little species, but everyone's mocking them, aren't they? So you can't take them seriously. The no-nos or tutus, whatever they're called, no-toes, are driving so slowly. But I thought they had a mission now. But they're just having a chase. The last episode, Thrawn's getting ready to lift off. He's got all these crates coming up from the thing. The witch is getting a sword. He's ready to go. Cut to AHSOKA and the space frogs. And yeah, they're on their little wagons. But Thrawn ain't having none of it. He sent 2 TIE fighters. And it was good to hear a familiar Star Wars sound. Because other than the lightsaber and these TIE fighters, there's been nothing there. And they're sitting ducks. Or they're sitting frogs. They are slow moving space frogs. With the humanoids above them in their little ship, in AHSOKA's little spaceship, going at the same pace. Not even saying to the space frogs like, "Oh, we'll have to see you later, lads, because we've got a bit of a mission. I think we've got to get a little bit of a move on here." No, little space frogs moving like that. Well, he gave AHSOKA and Sabine the chance to have another chat. But the 2 TIE fighters are coming in. Oh my God, the space frogs are in peril. Because 2 TIE fighters dead on a slow moving, you know what's coming, don't you? Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Two minor hits on AHSOKA's ship. That means that old Ezra's got to get out and use his force to lift it up. So it stops, because the space frogs still ain't moving out of the way. A couple of them go down in their shell, a couple of them go, eee! But other than that, he's got to stop AHSOKA's spaceship falling on them. Just move out of the way, lads. It's like you're going to be a squashed little frog if you don't move out of the way. So the TIE fighters have done that pass. They've missed all of the space frogs. Unless they cut that scene because it was too gruesome, seeing them all flying up in the air, limb bits of shell. Anyway, they come back for another pass. But in the meanwhile, Sabine is on the controls because she's good at all the tech stuff, isn't she? So somehow she's managing to, I think she has to stabilise the craft. And she manages, like I remember in cars from years ago, you used to have what was called a choke, and it was this little pulley, this little button that you pulled out, and it let more petrol into the engine when it was on a cold day. Like you'd need to give it plenty of choke. Well, I think Sabine gave the spaceship a bit of choke, pulled the choke out, pressed a few buttons, twiddled a few knobs, tweaked a few. No, I'm not going to go there. And the spaceship's working again, yay! Just in time as the TIE fighters are coming back all the way round. They've gone for miles. They must be going so fast because they're miles away. Their turning circle is about 5 miles, but at least it's given Sabine time to get the spaceship sorted. And they're coming back dead on again. Oh my God, so what would you do if you was in a spaceship? Would you try and shoot them dead? No. Sabine rams them with her spaceship, with AHSOKA's spaceship. Yes. She rams them. Because wouldn't it be cool if... It would look cool, wouldn't it? For 1 minute. In a cartoon, that would have probably looked sensational. So, she sorted it, hasn't she? She sorted it. In the process, obviously, she's wrecked the spaceship, so she's got to leave old Wu-Tang. He ain't happy. I think he's got the right hump because he's just got his back to her. So she walks back to the others, and then we get some of the class dialogue that we've come to expect from this series. And Ezra says, "Oh, I don't want to state the obvious." And I've thought to myself, no shit, Sherlock, but you are, aren't you? You are. Yeah, sure he is. In his next breath, he says, this is going to slow us down. Oh, I am going to miss the dialogue. I really am. You know that's a lie. So they find two... You remember the dog horses from a while ago? I mean, I don't know if there's a scene where they keep them dog horse things. That I don't know. I don't remember seeing them down with the space toads. So I don't know where they've come from, but they found two because AHSOKA has said, "Nah, gonna slow us down only if we let it." Yes, they're the kind of lines when they're delivered. Oh, I get goosebumps. So you've got Thrawn's Star Destroyer on top of the tower. All the night troopers, they're called, aren't they? Stormtroopers, whatever. Sent 2 TIE fighters, they've been blown up. So Thrawn has said, right, he needs, for some reason, the witch, or the new witch, like Morgan Elsbeth, is now Witch Elsbeth. But now she's ordering, Thrawn has told her to get some volunteers to go downstairs and see off the Jedi and her mates. Because what they've decided to do on them 2 little horse dog things is charge directly at the start. And I know, things are moving along now, but a minute ago they was in no rush at all. So they're charging headlong at, and I get the understand that little insects could probably, the armaments are too big on the Star Destroyer. I kind of get that element to it. But old Thrawn says rain fire down on them because they're directly underneath on their dog, running, like they're running, charging at the Star Destroyer, looking up. And then all the explosions going off, and that would all look great in a cartoon. Might have made a bit more sense when you jump through an explosion. It's all very cartoony, to be fair. But if you've got 2 of them, have got the force powers, why not cloak yourself or do something, camouflage yourself, like give yourself a little, like I thought the Force you could do things and sneak up. Surely you could get all the way up and into it. Yeah, I don't know if the Force works on the Night Troopers. You know, we aren't the people you're looking for. Remember how the Force used to work? God knows how it works now. I'll tell you how it does work though, is because you can suddenly get it overnight now. Because Sabine has been trying really, really hard in this series to get the Force. She's been trying very, very hard. And in this episode, Ahsoka said, train your mind and train your body. All right then. Ain't you supposed to be helping her? No, she just goes, train your mind. Anyway, but it worked because Sabine has got the Force. Yay! Proper. Not just like moving a cup. No, she's got proper Force. She's got a proper Force now. Yes. Just in time at the last episode. Anyway, they charge in, and the stormtroopers all stand in a big group in front of them three, Sabine, Ezra, Ahsoka. They line up, they all space out nice and neat. You know, you've got to give yourself a bit of room, I know, but all nice and neatly, side by side, and all the stormtroopers huddled together in a massive, massive group, or night troopers, should I say. And then action. Yay! Anyway, bang, 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 pew, pew, ziv, ziv. They're all dead. Not for long. Oh, yes, here we go. We've got zombie stormtroopers. Ooh, and their eyes glow green. And they all, I thought, I don't know if they own the rights to Michael Jackson, but that would have been pretty cool as they all kind of get up and go like that. But they all kind of get up like zombies. And all right, it's a pretty cool idea. Don't get me wrong. I did say that. I did like the look. I like the look and the idea of Thrawn being out there for 10 years and he's got this blah blah. It's all kicking off. And the witches, Thrawn is saying, "I need your help, guys, to cast a spell to reanimate them all." I know I'm mocking all this, but I do. Out of this series, that's one thing I will say. All the bad boys, like old Ray Stevenson and old Shitty Hattie, and the witches, I think, and Thrawn, apart from his pronunciation, has been pretty good. I've enjoyed that aspect of this show. If you added it all up, it probably gives me a quarter of an hour of entertainment. Oh, and this must be the first time that Ezra has seen Sabine use her lightsaber because she's just, she's well good. She's properly good in episode 8. Knows everything. Who would have known? Who would have known? And I do so enjoy seeing a strong female character in Star Wars for a change. Because Ezra, I mean, he's being a bit patronising, really, but he turns around, I don't know how they allowed it in Star Wars. He turns around and says, "Oh, nice moves." He gets all the best lines of dialogue in this episode, I've got to say. Good old Ezra. And then we see a close up. There's one bit I didn't get, and I didn't bother rewinding it. I ain't wasting any more of my life on this show. The witch Elsbeth, she's been told by Thrawn, or kind of, he gives her a nod and the wink, and he says like, "Oh, we need someone to delay these pesky Jedi." And he looks at her, and she goes, "Oh, right." She's not too happy about it, but she realises why she's been made a witch. Oh yeah, I've got to go down there, and I'm going to be left behind in a galaxy far, far away. It's all on me now. But anyway, when Thrawn walks off, she says, "For Daphne." I don't know who Daphne is. Must have been someone from Clone Wars or Rebels, Episode 2, Series 5. 10 minutes in, some reference to Daphne. Perhaps she's another witch. Oh God! Now we're back to the other three, and they're running. The zombies are running now, which just don't look. I don't know. I know there are no hard and fast rules and laws regarding any kind of zombies. You can do what you want, can't you? I mean, there was fast zombies in I Am Legend, wasn't there? And the British movies with a fast, with Cillian Murphy. What was it called? Oh, I had to forget something, didn't I? 30 days later, wasn't it? No, 2 weeks later. You know the zombie films I mean, anyway. Stop screaming up the video. Oh, I had to forget something, didn't I? Anyway, yeah. Where Cillian Murphy wakes up at the beginning. Anyway, I digress. I know I start talking about something good, and then I'm off on a tangent. Then anyway, let's get back to something that isn't quite. So where was I? Oh, zombie stormtroopers. There's still no Michael Jackson music playing, but I'm over it. Perhaps a fan will do an edit of all this. But yeah, Michael Jackson probably wouldn't work because they're all running. Probably the Keystone Cops would be better, like because they're shutting doors, doing the controls and all that, all the standard stuff, running up the stairs. So now they're confronted by old Witch Elsbeth. She's got her sword, and I've got to admit, their little fight was probably the best fight I've seen. The choreography in their fight, I thought looked pretty cool. Just saying, unless I've been dumbed down so much by the other 7 episodes, that just the two of them, because for some reason the witch lets Ezra, and her mission is to stop these 3 getting to the starship, but she lets 2 of them go. Just looks at them, gives them a dirty look. Don't even use no witch powers or nothing. I thought she was now a witch. There's no kind of those 2 escaping. She just lets them go so she can have a one-on-one with AHSOKA. Anyway. I promised myself I wouldn't apply logic to too much. Otherwise, we'd be here all day now, wouldn't we? Anyway, it was a pretty cool fight, to be fair. Now we're seeing Sabine's, but the spaceship's gone up too far. And Sabine says, yeah, you can jump. You can jump. When you start falling, it was such a pathetic scene. So Ezra runs, jumps off the top, and then starts falling. A bit like Homer in The Simpsons when he was on that skateboard. And, he thought he could do it, and he just goes... Ezra goes like that. But no, Sabine's really good at the Force now, so she goes, oosh. And Ezra gets on the ship. Hey! Anyway, what's his name? Wu-Tang. They start firing at the tower, but Wu-Tang has fixed the ship. So Sabine stays behind. She says to Ezra, I'm going to jump after you. You help me. But she stays together with AHSOKA. See? So all of those chats, all that chatting for 7 episodes between the 2 of them, it's finally worked. Oh, Wu-Tang Clan, he said that in episode 1, just stick together, used to. Took them 8 episodes, but anyway, she's done it. Yay! But now they're stuck because they jump into the ship, but the starships, the Star Destroyer, Old Thrawn, is already attached to the Ring of Fire, and he's gone. And they're in the ship behind him. They get caught up in the wash of the hyperspace jump and all that. Very, very exciting stuff. So they're back on the ground now with the space toads. And I thought, hold on a minute. If you could have got in the Ring of Fire with your ship, you would have just left the space toads without even saying goodbye. But now they're back. Oh, they found the 2 horse dogs again. They must have just been waiting around. Eating grass, whatever they do. Because they're back on there. They found them. So they've come back from space, down to the planet, found the 2 horse dogs, gone back to the space toads, who are all happy. Eee! Eee! all happy to see them. So now they're living happily ever after with Space Toads. But AHSOKA reckons they're right where they need to be. There was elements of the ending that I found very cool. It was kind of like, once that, like your epilogue, there were elements of it that were really cool, but then they have to go and spoil it again. Like when Ezra turns up in the ship and all the moody mist and all that. It was exactly the same scene as when we first see old Ray Stevenson and Shitty Hattie. It was exactly the same scene. They must have just filmed it the same day because all the smoke's coming and you've got the night trooper coming out. Oh, he takes his, they're all getting ready. And he goes, no, it's Ezra. Hey! As a reunion with Kermit. So, but all the other bits of Thrawn and etc. at the end weren't half bad, but by this time, it really is dragging. It really is dragging. As even the epilogue drags. This series has dragged. And that's it. So them three are stuck on that planet. Ezra's got home. Oh, great. Great. The ramifications of what's happened is like lost on everyone. No one's like looking at Sabine going, oh, nice one, love. Nice one. Yeah, he's at home. Brilliant. Well done, love. Well done. You've just unleashed Thrawn on the other galaxy, that galaxy far, far away. You just unleashed him. The Empire reborn. Thanks. With zombie stormtroopers that you can't kill. Well, you can kill, but sometimes you can't kill them. Sometimes you shoot them and they just go like that and carry on. And another time you hit them with your lightsaber and then they fall down. So, just saying. I will leave it there. I will probably do. Shall I do a summary of the whole series in one? I could probably do it now for you. With one word. No, I'll probably do it. But anyway, I will leave it there for this episode, the end. And I'll probably do a little something, I don't know, when I'm in the mood. Before I cancel this one minus subscription, just in case I've got to watch any extra scene bits and bobs. And on that note, I will bid everyone adios.